Well, hearing loss can affect your balance, even lead to falls, especially as you age. So Dr. Rebecca Brashears from Ascent Audiology and Hearing is here to help us out with some ways to protect yourself and your loved ones. So, yeah, those falls can lead to serious broken bones and injuries, so we don't want that to happen. So talk to us about untreated hearing loss and how this affects our balance.
So when you have an untreated hearing loss, it's really going to increase that risk, especially for the elderly. So if you have a mild hearing loss, you're 3 times more likely at risk of having a fall than someone with no hearing loss at all. And as that degree of hearing loss goes up from mild, moderate, severe, profound, then that risk of falling also goes up. The World Health Organization actually says that over 684,000 deaths per year due to falls. I was really shocked by that number.
It's alarming.
But apparently that number is growing, and it's not a topic that is being focused on in which it should be.
Right, it really should. So talk about how our hearing loss can affect our balance.
Yes, so with the hearing loss, we have decreased spatial awareness. So that just basically means being aware of what's around you in the environment and where your body is in position to those objects in your environment. And so with the hearing loss, that spatial awareness will decrease, and you may not be as aware of people in the environment around you, activities going on, pets, or even say you're walking and you're not judging that distance correctly from that table and you fall. So with hearing loss as well, you have to think about how much extra brain functioning processes we're using, because we really have to focus on how to understand words with the hearing loss, because that kind of gets a little degraded with hearing loss.
It does.
And so, you know, with that, all that brain power being used to focus on understanding speech and hearing, then you're not as focused on falling and being balanced and having any kind of falls.
Not have an injury and
Exactly. Yeah.
So other than really being focused, what are some things that can help? Could hearing devices help?
Yes. So hearing devices actually can increase that spatial awareness. So basically make you more aware of what's your environment. So, you know, for instance, hearing that ambulance come down the road, being aware of if there's, you know, pets over on this side barking and the activities. So hearing aids can definitely help. They can also make your brain work not as hard, basically. And so there's something called listening fatigue. And so your brain, when it's listening all day, it can get pretty tired. Well, that hearing aids will help with that. And then your brain can focus a little bit more on balance and making sure that you don't fall. But consistent usage is the key. So if you're wearing hearing aids, you have to wear them all the time to get these type of benefits. You can't just take them out and put them in.
So don't just think, well, I'm around the house, there's no way I'm going to fall, I don't need my hearing aids. Sounds like we always need them.
Exactly. Consistency is the key, because otherwise, if we're putting the hearing aids in and out, we might experience what's called auditory deprivation. And so what that means is basically our ears are not getting the sound, and so we're not going to process it, what comes in after that, as well as we would if that consistent sound comes through. And so that auditory deprivation can definitely affect how well you function with the hearing aids. And I'll have patients that tell me, oh, I only put them in for church or family gatherings. Oh, I'm home alone, I don't need to wear them. But it's so important. Even if there's no sound going on, there's actually stuff in the environment your ears might pick up on with the hearing aids.
We don't want anyone to fall.
We don't. We want to decrease that risk of fall, keep those in your ears consistently, and it's definitely worth it.
So can certain types of hearing aids and devices actually detect a fall if that happens in your house and maybe you do live alone?
The manufacturer I work with a lot is Starkey, and they actually have fall detection. It's built into the hearing aids. And so what you do is you do have to put their app, it's a free app on your phone, and it's called My Starkey, and basically we connect the hearing aids to your phone, and then through the app we go to what's called the fall detection. We can put up to 3 individuals' names and phone numbers in there that you would want alerted if you fall. And so once you do that and they accept that they can be on your list, if say you fall in a week from getting the hearing aids, if you don't push that you're okay within 60 or 90 seconds, it's going to send that alert to up to those 3 people that you put in there. And so it's really, really kind of a huge advancement in hearing aids.
It really is. That can be a lifesaver.
Oh yeah, exactly. And so that's something that, you know, I try to utilize as much with my patients, especially the ones that, you know, are using those extra technology, the app and everything. Yeah.
Well, if someone would like to learn a little more about those particular devices, or maybe they have a loved one who they feel like they really need to get their hearing checked. What should they do? How do they contact you?
Just give me a call at 304-948-5565. I'm here in Huntington on the corner of 6th Avenue and 9th Street.
Well, Dr. Brashears, thanks so much for stopping by and talking to us about this. I think it really can save some lives.
I do. Thank you for having me.